Mike has a cat.
I do.
That's a thing.
I can't believe it.
But we did cover it last episode. Welcome to Great News. It is with Kevin and Mike. It's on YouTube is the best place to watch it, of course, because you can see the videos that we're featuring, but you can get it anywhere where podcasts are heard. And if you'd like to subscribe, we would appreciate it and tell your friends about it. And I think it would sort of balance out all the negative news in the world. Mike always starts off an episode with the intro, and I would like to hear the intro as done by Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. I don't really know Kermit that well. Daughter's not a big Muppets person. But Kermit the Frog.
It's just an intro.
Easy being green. It's an intro. It's an intro. Say hello and happy goodbye. He sounds more deaf than Kermit the Frog.
He sort of does, yes, you're right. This is a deaf Kermit the Frog.
Mike, what'd you think? I'm here to give you great news.
Little Bob Dylan mixed in there. That was something. Huh.
Bob might be a little deaf because
that's possible too.
I don't know if you've heard his not only singing voice but speaking voice.
Yes, agreed. He's a frightening man right now. You're going to love this one, Mike, because it involves two golden retrievers, and they're meeting. The mom comes home with her daughter, and they're meeting the baby for the first time.
Okay.
And watch what they do when they meet the baby. Climb on up on the fence. She brings the baby over. They're like sniffing her, licking her. Now, one of the dogs has left, and he brings back one of his toys.
He brings a toy.
He brings one of his, like a donut or something, like a toy that he plays with. He brings it to the child.
Oh.
How sweet is that? And then, a bath.
Come on.
As those retrievers are wont to do. That one just left angry. You don't like my toy? Fine.
Yeah, seriously. Now I'm bitter. That's so
How sweet is that?
Listen, and this is I've never owned a golden retriever, but
I have, I love them.
I think you're lying if you can't admit that it's the best dog. That is the best bang for your buck dog you can get. It's like I've never owned a Honda Accord,
right,
or a Toyota Camry, or even a Toyota 4x4 pickup truck, the Tundra or something. But you may prefer Chevy trucks, but you can't deny that, for your money, that's the best investment. You're not losing with a golden retriever.
That is correct, yes.
Thank you. All right, Kevin. Here's creme de la creme, great news stories. You love these. I love these. Okay. It seems like the audience really loves these. United States military member comes home to surprise another family member.
Always love these.
This one is particularly good because it looks like a middle school boy where everything is embarrassing and you don't want anything to happen to you. And his father, a U.S. airman, comes into the middle of class. And this kid's just like, oh, God, what is this? So, can I play on my phone? And his dad comes back from service. Check it out.
4 seconds when we want, okay? Are we good with that? Start out, 24 yards. Should never be alone. I'll be with you per hour. And we want feet per second. I'll hold you when things go wrong. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Baby, I'm right here. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Baby, I'm right here. We were shot like a jacket. So do yours.
Wow. I could watch those all day long.
I know. And you see the other kids crying? I mean, that was what was special to me is because, I know what junior high school kids are like.
Yeah, of course.
Grade school kids would have started cheering and freaking out.
Yes.
High school kids, maybe even too, like older high school kids would have probably been like, all right,
Middle schoolers want to dig a hole and hide in it.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, like this isn't TikTok, so.
Wow, that's
but even the other students are crying, and that's more. That one hug was more than my dad and I have ever hugged each other in all of our lives collectively.
That is not part of great news.
No, and my dad and I have a great relationship. As they're saying, like that was a father-son hug that lasted like a minute and a half. This just goes to show you.
That was beautiful. And I'm always grateful to people who serve in the armed forces and do what needs to be done and go where they need to go and how difficult it must be on them. But you also forget it's very difficult on the people they leave behind as well.
It's an entire family endeavor.
Everybody suffers in that situation.
You know what? I not to get too super corny and everything, but I recently started hanging out with one of my daughter's friend's parents, and he's a Austin police officer. And talking to the wife, like I'd be like, "Oh, where's your?" I don't want to say his name, but where's so and so? And she's like, "Oh, he had, they had an emergency call. I mean, today's off, and he had to rush in, and and he's working on like the explosives unit, so he puts on one of those Hurt Locker." Outfits.
No.
And I'm just thinking, like, man, what would Bianca feel like and my daughter feel like if like that just was a occurrence in life where when dad goes to work, it's like, well, probability of death? I mean, it's not as high as some, but
no, but it's a solid 25% in that situation.
It's way higher than talking into a friggin' microphone and telling fart jokes,
Although Bianca and your daughter might like it. You never know.
Gabe?
Come on.
I was just telling a heartfelt story about like how hard it must be.
I was about to just say I would feel pretty excited.
Thank you, Bianca.
I was turning to you for.
Thank you, Bianca.
Next story.
There is a lot to be upset about in Ukraine and the war with Russia.
This is true.
It's kind of whiplash here, but there's also the people that come in afterwards to clean up and to search for, survivors and to find whatever they can find. And in this particular case, there was a group of emergency workers who were looking through the rubble after an actual bomb that was sent by Russia. And they find a little puppy.
Oh.
Watch this.
Аккуратно. Не тянись. Сейчас, подожди, он уже сейчас отойдет.
Живой красавец.
Мыть надо.
Ему надо воды, да, воды. Вот он, глянь какой красавчик. Ой, молодец.
Нормально. О.
Все, мы это сделали.
That's a beautiful story. That's an ugly dog. Let's be honest. Ugly, cute. Yes.
Can you cut the dog some freaking slack? It was buried in bomb rubble. You dick.
And it doesn't look great.
You understand? Margot Robbie would look like shit buried in bomb rubble.
All right, I take my comment back.
Jeez Louise. I'm sorry. We're not all Brad Pitt in his 20s, Kevin, like you, okay?
Yeah,
like
please.
Jeez.
All right, take it back. All right.
Speaking of dogs, this is a great. Now, when I tell you Chihuahua versus Pitbull.
Oh, nice.
You probably don't have good visions in your mind. You have lots of blood and entrails being ripped out of a poor Chihuahua spot. But this is trying to tend to, like with the upkeep of keeping them clean.
Right.
And for those of you out there who have ever had a little yippy dog, like specifically Chihuahuas, you know that you might as well have a lion because it's so impossible to get them to do anything. Watch this massive dead murder animal of a pit bull versus a Chihuahua.
Giving a 170 pounds pit bull an ear cleaning versus a Chihuahua.
You understand? That's the Meitster.
F you, little yappy dog. What?
I do think
absurd.
I will cut Chihuahuas some slack though, because you got to think if you're 4 pounds,
right,
and everything you encounter is a threat, legitimate,
right.
anything you encounter can kill you.
Right.
You're a little protective in comparison to the 100 and same size as me pit bull, which could just switch people off. Nope, no problem.
I just want to say, if pit bulls are trained properly, they are not going to switch anyone off. They are the
no. Yeah,
dogs ever.
It really, both those breeds of dogs, I think, get a bum rap because they're the most
are spot on. Chihuahuas.
No, because you know what? The problem with Chihuahuas is that so many people get them as like fashion accessories, and they're like, oh wait, I have to take care of this. And anyway, if you ever go to a dog pound, especially in like an urban area, like 75% of the dogs there are going to be pit bulls and Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that you get a bum rap because so many of them, they don't have the love that they need to grow up, you know, calm and cool.
That makes sense. Yeah. My next story is from an account that's worth following on Instagram named Upworthy. And it is a guy playing a banjo. Why is he playing a banjo in the middle of the forest? I don't know. But a fox walks by, a wild fox walks by and sits and says, let me check out what this guy's got. Let me see what he's doing. And just listens.
Wow.
Just checking it out.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and for those of you listening on audio only, this fox is what, 8-10 feet away?
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
6 feet away, maybe.
That's just chilling.
It would be funny if the fox started like.
It's fantastic, Mr. Fox, isn't it?
Now it's getting a little closer. A little closer.
Oh man.
And then it bites his balls off. So it's not a great ending, but.
Well, I get fox around here.
Do you?
They're really, as you might assume, because you see pictures and video, but they're really beautiful animals. But they are not, at least Texas foxes, they're not cool with like getting close to humans. They're typically.
Oh, I think
like,
that's true of all foxes.
They're pretty ready to run.
But let me ask you a question: do you play the banjo?
Never played the banjo for a fox.
Try. Maybe you should try to play a banjo for a fox.
It's so crazy how we pass judgment on animals just based on looks.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I see a fox running by.
Foxes are beautiful.
They're gorgeous, and they will eat just as many chickens as a coyote. But I see a fox, I'm like, oh, look at the baba. And coyotes, I'm like, I can't wait to shoot you. You know, like it's rats and squirrels. Like you see squirrels. We have a little feeder for birds out here. Squirrels come by all the time and try to gank the feed from the birds. And I'm always like, little squirrel bubba. If I see a rat, I'm like, oh, well, where's my hammer? You know?
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one.
Oh, wait, I got one more story.
Okay, sorry.
We did a similar story to this one a while back, and it's about college debt, which is I don't mean anything political about this because I never had college debt because I was never smart enough to do college. But it does seem to be the bane of so many young people's existence because college debt can be so much money, and then you're getting out into the real world already, you know, just so stuck in this weird quicksand that you can't get out of.
Yep.
Well, Wiley College, which is a small school here in the great state of Texas, they had a surprise for their graduating senior class recently. Check this out.
You are debt-free. You do not owe the college a penny. If you have a balance, you had a balance. You no longer have a balance. I want to give.
So,
wow.
A private investor just decided that Wiley College was going to have a graduating class with no college debt. And
wow,
that's a small school. It looked like what, 50, 60 kids were graduating?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
$300,000, a little over $300,000. is how much that a private investor paid.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. If you like this great news podcast to kind of balance out all the negative stories in the news, subscribe if you would, please. On YouTube is the best place to watch it, but you can get it anywhere where podcasts are, and let your friends know about it because it is it's a healing salve, if you will.
Yes.
Mike always does an outro, and I would like to hear Joe Cocker, please.
Blues, giving them my great news.